Savvy Scribe Podcast,
a podcast for healthcare professionals who are interested in starting their own health writing businesses.
I'm Janine, a registered nurse and your host. I'm a labor and delivery nurse, mom to these two incredible boys, wife to my best friend, and owner of two crazy Great Danes. I help nurses discover freelance writing as an extra income opportunity with help from my guests. Join us over on Facebook in the group Savvy Nurse Writer Community or savvynursewriter.com to join our course and membership to create your own profitable writing business.
Enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Savvy Scribe Podcast. I'm Janine Kalbach, registered nurse, freelance writer, agency owner, and your host. Thank you for all of you who are tuning in week after week to listen, and you have no idea how much it means to me. So I want to propose a challenge for you this week. If you're listening, I want you to go over to Instagram and send me a DM at Savvy Nurse Writer just to say hi. I want to know you're out there because heck, it's pretty lonely in these airwaves all alone. So let's dive into our content this week. What we're going to answer is the question, when is the best time to track your business finances? Well, as an online service provider, like a freelance writer, it's important to track your business finances regularly to ensure you are staying on top of your income and expenses. So here are some suggestions on when to track your finances. First, daily. If you are managing a large volume of transactions or you have a lot of ongoing projects, it can be helpful to track your finances on a daily basis. This can help you stay on top of your cash flow and identify any issues or discrepancies early on. And I know a lot of you are just starting out and you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to track it daily. Like I have nothing to track. You will. So get in a habit now to check in daily on your accounts. There's a couple reasons that you want to do that. Obviously to check day-to-day business, right? But also, what if your account got hacked or something like that? You would be on it every single day. Get yourself in the habit for when you grow, it'll be a habit. You won't have to think about it anymore. This other time you want to check on your finances is weekly. If you have a moderate amount of transactions, checking your finances weekly can be a good option. So you're going to want to set aside a specific time each week to review your income and expenses and update your records. So I like to choose Fridays as my CEO day if I can make it happen. Sometimes that doesn't work out. For example, this week, I have an engagement that I told my friend I would be at on Friday. So that is not going to be my CEO day. My CEO day is actually going to be super early in the morning, Thursday. So that's going to be when I look at my expenses, my income reports, making sure all my invoices are updated, that clients are paying on time, following up with clients who haven't paid on time, and just, doing that due diligence to myself. And since I own an agency, it's also the time that I pay my contractors and I pay my VAs and my writers to help us run this business smoothly. If you write for my agency, Write RN, we pay at the end of the month because I like to batch my work on a CEO day and make sure that everybody's getting paid at the same time. So I know it's not like so I don't miss anyone, basically. And even doing that, there's still mistakes that can be made, but that's life, right? So then the other time you want to do it is monthly. So monthly, you have a small volume of transactions, maybe one or two projects. You still want to check it at least monthly to make things sufficient. So again, set a time every month to update your transactions, update your records, expenses, whatnot, get a nice financial report together. I like to do this at the end of the month. So last day of the month, I will look at everything, make sure everybody's invoiced. Why? Because you don't want to invoice for a project the first of the next month because we like to look at things monthly. So now it looks like that's the income for the next month when really it's the income from the prior month. Does that make sense? So that's how you want to make sure you invoice and then put it into your books. Inside my course, Plan, Produce, Profit, we go through all the bookkeeping because it can be a little daunting when you haven't had to deal with this as a nurse at the bedside. So if you think of it, running a business is like running a good household and your life. So if you want to have good business income, you want to make sure you're set up that way by looking at your finances, by planning in advance, by budgeting if you can. So in addition to looking at these regular intervals, you also want to check real-time transactions, make sure that invoices are paid correctly and that you're also taking those expenses of merchant fees. If you have your clients pay by credit card, you can expense those merchant fees. So, there's always ways you can do this. You can always use some accounting software if you want to. A lot of people use QuickBooks. You could also have a bookkeeper do your books if you want to. It also just depends on your business. So for example, my friend owns a smoothie shop and she has a bookkeeper because she has so many in and outgoing transactions daily. It makes sense for her to have that. Whereas my job does not have as many in and outgoing things. And mine's set up a little bit different than hers. So again, it depends on how you run your business. If you're one that doesn't look at your finances, it's time to get a bookkeeper. You need to have somebody looking at those day to day. So by staying on top of your finances, tracking them regularly, you're going to be able to make better informed decisions about your business to make sure that you're staying on top and staying profitable. So I hope this episode has been helpful. If you like what you hear, you want to be part of our course, Plan, Produce, Profit, head on over to savvynursewriter.com and click on Join Our Membership, and we will be happy to bring you on into the family. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.
That's a wrap for today's episode of The Savvy Scribe. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's show, we'd love for you to subscribe and leave a review on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. Until next time.